I am Anthony from Haslage. In this video, I will be covering an individual topic from my book, The 21st Century Workplace, a HR and EEO Guide. If you like what you hear, please check out the Amazon affiliate link in the description or visit my website at tony.haslage.net. That's tony.haslage.net. Thank you. Today we're going to talk about social media at the workplace. And as you know, all organizations are open to ridicule, be it from the employees, volunteers, the public, or people who not even served by the organization. We all have heard the sayings that any press is good press and that the word of mouth is the best type of advertising. The fact is that it really depends on the message. We live in an age where computers are freely accessible in many places, and as of the year 2010, approximately 90% of the American population owns a cellular telephone. Some of these new cellular telephones are little computers in themselves, capable of doing much more than the average laptop. After the year 2010, the chance of buying a new cellular telephone that simply makes calls and nothing more became difficult. Sure, there are those models tailored towards small children and the elderly with the large buttons and auto-dial a few pre-programmed numbers, but those normally require a visit to a specialty store website. Keeping the aforementioned children and elderly exception aside, including those individuals who are not technologically savvy or socially compatible, let us consider who is the average web surfer. Generally, in the United States, a web surfer is someone between the ages of 10 and 55 with frequent access to a computer or a cellular telephone. Most people with a computer have a cellular telephone. Most office professionals have multiple computers, cellular telephones, or other similar devices. They divide technology between private life and work. Students have access to technology in class and at home, even if it is sometimes against policy. The process of logging into the internet to check how everyone else is doing has become so easy that there are actual addictions in existence to describe those who are too plugged in. Social media in the last decade has made our planet seem like a much smaller place. Almost no matter where Americans are, they can quickly post a status update, send a message to someone, and even post a video online. This era of internet connectivity has both positive and negative consequences for any organization. On the positive, good promotion is appreciated and sometimes is a great help. On the negative, bad promotion can destroy an organization. You almost never hear about the lives saved by some charities day to day, but you sure do hear about when a member of the management quits unexpectedly after some comments they made online were discovered. During the year 2011, a few countries had their governments trembling from the efforts of internet-savvy citizenry who gathered many in a common cause. The end results in a few cases were the government leaders being overthrown. After discussions with a number of organization managers and their employees, I have come to a few conclusions that most parties can get behind. First, employees should be encouraged to promote the positive efforts of the organization via the internet and report the problems to management. Second, the organization should engage in periodic checks for problems via the internet. Third, organizations should create a simple policy, perhaps a line in its code of conduct, that prohibits public displays of negative behavior or comments in reference to the organization in public and online, else face penalties. In the age of identity theft, the smartest among us prohibit access to online profiles by strangers and the unapproved. It is a great policy to have because of the privacy they enjoy. Individuals have used social media to bemoan or gripe about their job, and it is their right to do so. It is a nice way to alleviate stress. What is being said is not public, and in this case, the organization should not care. The organization's management should not also attempt to befriend employees via social media unless they plan to toss organizational policy out the window. If you are befriended by somebody at work, it is assumed that they are befriending you, not the organization, and they expect their private thoughts shared with you and the other friends to be just that, private. Again, if the profile is accessible to the public, then that is when policy can be enacted. The reason for the separation of what is allowed and not otherwise is simply to reduce effort and ease minds. Plus, the argument of where the freedom of speech fits in is protected in private conversations better than public. Hearsay is not admissible in court, so that means that unless the organization's management can hear or see something about them while acting on behalf of the organization, there's little that they can do. In this era of social media, we are generally much more social than we have ever been. The difference between us now and 20 years ago is that we do not have to leave the home to complain to our friends about work. Sure, we have telephones and the invention of three-way calling was nice, but now we can potentially complain to a countless number of friends all at one time. As it is, potential and current employers do read employee Facebook pages and Twitter feeds. When people friend their boss, in most cases those bosses are obligated to report disturbing issues to others, and that can impact one's job status. That is why those in human resource management tell supervisors to avoid social interactions outside of work with subordinates. If they do befriend a subordinate, a day will come when they'll have to choose friend or loyalty to the job. More often than not, the job will come first and the friend will be jobless. This has been a common occurrence in the last 10-15 years. Moving on, we are at the end of this video series. This video series contains about half of the topics covered in the book. The rest of the book contains additional topics, case studies, example documentation, a lot of discussions and statistics. Nothing seems to scream buy my book quite like promising some long math homework. Anyway, I would like to thank you for watching this video series, and please buy my book. Also remember to like and subscribe. Thank you for checking out our content. Before you leave, please remember to click like and then subscribe. If you want to receive notifications, do not forget to enable them by clicking on the bell. Then afterwards, check out our social media at HaslageNet and our website at haslage.net.